The art of living is very simple. Don't think about the past or the future. Just be that which is now. It's fun. Life is really fun. I love it.
Welcome to all of you who are watching live and to those who will be watching this recording. We are delighted to be with you for this new edition of Jin Shin Jyutsu International Day. How can we simply speak about Jin Shin Jyutsu? Each of us is gifted with this art, which gives us the ability to help ourselves, to harmonize ourselves, and to get to know ourselves better. Ooh la la. How did Jin Jyutsu come to you? This is thanks to Jiro Morai, who devoted his life to Jin Shin Jyutsu, and also to 3 of his students who were important to him: Mary Burmeister, Uechi Ino, Mary's father, and Ariki Kato. Jiro Morai wanted Jin Shin Jyutsu to be known outside Japan, so he entrusted this mission to Mary Burmeister, who began teaching it in her country, in the USA, in the early 60s, and then in Germany in the late 70s. Then, in the late 80s, Mary Burmeister, through her sons, Michael and David, entrusted this mission by creating a teaching faculty from her students. Mary Burmeister's family, through Jin Shin Jyutsu Inc., maintained and supported her teaching through an international faculty, and in 2020, her family entrusted the Jin Shin Jyutsu legacy to our non-profit organization, Jin Shin Jyutsu Spirit, Mind, Body. We are very grateful to the Burmeister family and Mary Burmeister Jin Shin Jyutsu Institute for passing the legacy of Mary's work to us to carry on the integrity of this art. Mary Burmeister accomplished this mission perfectly, as since the first teachings in Japan, there have been classes in 25 countries and in 9 languages. October 21 was being designated Jinjutsu International Day because it is the day of birth of Mary Burmeister. This day honors Jiro Morai, Mary Burmeister, Uechi Ino, and Ariki Kato, but it is also a day to thank all those who are interested in Jin Shin Jyutsu: offices, association organizers, student, practitioner, teachers of self-help, and also those who receive session, to all those who spread the word. Continuing the teachings of Mary Burmeister, today we are 18 within a community of offices and organizers in different parts of the world. A team, and more than that, a school of instructors who, through our experiences, our exchanges, and our joint study of the archive left by Jérôme Moray and Mary Burmeister, have the desire and passion to share our languages, our knowledge, with you, and in the form of various classes around the world. So, If you like to receive training or organize training in your region or country, please contact us via one of our international offices. We are going to share the screen now to show you how to contact our offices. If you would like to take a photo or a screenshot now, it is your opportunity. Thank you, Yoli. We would like to know how you discovered Jin Shin Jyutsu. Have you ever had a session? Do you give sessions? Have you ever taken our training courses or are you planning to do so? We would also like to know how Jin Shin Jyutsu has changed your life. We strongly encourage you to leave your testimonial on this video, which will be downloaded on our YouTube channel. We are going to share the screen. It's right now to show you how to access our social media. If you would like to take a photo or screenshot now, it is your opportunity. Thank you, Yoli. Obrigada, Yoli. We have a special guest, and after the presentation of instructor, a video photos. We now give each instructor the opportunity to share with you what is the most important to them for this celebration. Unfortunately, Cynthia Brochy from USA and Jennifer Holmes are from New Zealand are unable to join us. Each instructor will speak in English and in their native language. Then each practice will be demonstrated. Jin Shin Jyutsu is a language in itself and what's more, an universal language. I pass the baton to Anita from New York.
Thank you, Natalie, for embellishing with your beautiful accent the English language. I particularly like the design and designated, so I'm going to think about designing. We designed this day to celebrate Mary. Today, I'd love to share the power of one, both within our bodies by holding safety energy lock number one, the inside of your knee. And it's a good idea to cross your hands and hold your ones. I'm just going to talk just for a minute longer. The one is all about the prime mover. And I feel that Mary was the prime mover in my life. In the mid-'80s, I started to receive sessions, and then I was coerced to take a class. And at the end of my first class, I said, I'm surprised about how much I know and how much I don't know. And I'm still in awe, and I'm still in that same place over 45 years later. So holding your one, the inside of your knee, unity and movement. Exhale, let go of your breath. You exhale so that you can receive anew. If you don't exhale, there's no space for new beginnings. So each one of us has the whole world in our ones, and through that one, it moves to all the layers of tissue in our bodies. Perfect way to get out of your head, into your feet, and walking on this planet Earth. And I remember Mary saying, the breath is the most powerful thing we have. And indeed, we can heal ourselves by breathing completely. I'm still working on it. And thank you. Pass the baton to Choose from Madrid, Spain. Welcome.
Thank you, Anita. And thank you everyone for being here today. Gracias, Anita, y gracias a todos y todas por estar aquí hoy juntos. Voy a compartir con vosotros un mudra de los 8 mudras de Jiro Murai. I'm going to share with you one of the mudras from the 8 Jiro Murai's mudras de Jin Shin Jyutsu mudras. Los mudras de Jin Shin Jyutsu. And this is the third mudra. Este es el mudra número 3. Which it consists on holding the little finger and the ring finger together on the palm side. So, voy a sujetar el dedo meñique y el dedo anular juntos por el lado de la palma. This mudra is special. It's special for me because it's really helped me in very difficult times in my life, several times. Este mudra es muy especial para mí en la práctica de Jin Shin Jyutsu porque me ha ayudado en momentos muy difíciles de mi vida. But it's also helped many other people. It's one of the mudras I share more often in my medical practice. Este mudra además también ha ayudado a muchísima gente. Es un mudra que comparto muy a menudo en mi práctica médica. This is a mudra that's going to help us with all our mental, emotional issues, with anxiety. It's a great harmonizer of the second depth, we say in Jin Shin Jyutsu, spirit, mind, body. Este mudra es un armonizador de todos los proyectos mentales, de la ansiedad, y es un gran armonizador de segunda profundidad que decimos en Jin Shin Jyutsu, es el armonizador del espíritu, mente, cuerpo. And it's so simple. You can share this with anyone who is going through a hard time and who isn't going through a hard time today, nowadays. Y podemos compartir este mudra con cualquiera que esté pasándolo mal y quien no está pasándolo mal hoy. And simply to end this, I'm going to remember 2 quotes from Mary. One that says, "Now is the only reality. Now is the time to live." Ahora es la única realidad. Ahora es el tiempo para vivir. Y le paso el testigo a mi compañera Yole.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. Obrigada, Chus. It's an honor to be here today and é uma honra estar aqui hoje e vamos praticar segurar a trava 21. Let's hold the 21. Today is October 21. Happy birthday! So, hoje é o aniversário da Mary, dia 21 de outubro. E sempre que eu penso na trava de segurança de energia número 21, me vem uma música na cabeça, uma música brasileira, que eu vou cantar um pedacinho para vocês. Eu quero ver seu corpo, lindo, leve e solto. I will translate. This is a song, a Brazilian song that I always think about when I think about 21, that talks about seeing the body in its beauty, in its freedom, and its light. So Jin Shin Jyutsu help us to, Mary gave this gift of 21 for us. She is a 21 in her birth date. So she brings this through Jin Shin Jyutsu, the capacity for us to be free, for us to see the beauty in ourselves, to see the beauty in life, to see the harmony, to see the freedom. So, a Mary, então, ela trouxe através do Jin Shin Jyutsu essa mensagem de que a gente pode se ver bonito, que a gente pode ver a vida, a beleza da vida, a arte da vida, e encarar a vida com leveza, com alegria, com vitalidade, se libertando das prisões. So thank you, Mary, for giving this gift this music, this vibration of Jin Shin Jyutsu, the harmony of Jin Shin Jyutsu to us through the 21s. And today we have a very special guest. David Burmeister is here for us. Thank you, David. We are celebrating your mother life, your mother gift to all these people, 473 people together here celebrating your mother. Thank you so much, David, for being here for us. Now I pass the baton to you.
Thank you so much, Ioli. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here to celebrate the first International Jin Shin Jyutsu Day held on my mom's birthday, October 21st. Mom would have been 107 today. I'm so grateful to all of you and to this wonderful and talented group of instructors for their dedication, for sharing the art of Jin Shin Jyutsu and the spirit and awareness cultivated by my mom, Mary Burmeister, through her direct transmission from Master Jiro Murai. I'm so fortunate to have worked with my mom, experiencing her joyfulness and helping her guide the art of Jin Shin Jyutsu for 36 years. Today, we can rest in gratitude knowing that Jin Shin Jyutsu spirit, mind, body is keeping the art, the teachings of Jiro Murai, and my mom's wisdom thriving for all of us. I'm so grateful to all of you, and I thank you all. I'm looking forward to hearing from everyone today. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. It's an example of feeling powerless. You can't unmute yourself. But it's a great example because with Jin Shin Jyutsu, through Mary's deep awareness, she shared how we can be in power and not powerless in our own life. So let's start by holding our index finger. When I met Mary, she was a profound example of being an empty vessel to allow Creator to come through. She didn't want people to look at her and want to bow down to her or look up to her as though she were the one who had all of the answers or all of the power to be able to help people. But she was the empty vessel to be able to show people that they could help themselves. And that the example, when you're able to let go completely and to be filled, an amazing thing happens because we not only change ourselves, but the space around us and everyone we meet. There was an example of this that Mary showed me. I was doing a mentoring program at the office in Scottsdale, Arizona of Jin Shin Jyutsu Inc. And we were working on different students, and there was one student on the table, and she had met Mary, but she hadn't felt Mary's touch before. So the door opened, and Mary, who was a very short, tiny person, walked in. And she looked at this person with no judgment, no, just looking at her as though she could see the divinity within her and her perfection. And I watched her presence and how she enveloped this person who she's meeting for the first time. And she simply goes over to her left hand and she takes her left index finger. She held it very gently. As she looked at this other woman, she put her other hand on her shoulder. And in that moment, this woman completely started to open up and cried with these deep, deep tears. Not only tears of her pain, but the tears of hope, the tears of what's possible. And this lasted quite a bit of time. But what I saw is that Mary was not just looking at a person's physical body, but she was looking deeper and deeper into the very soul, her spirit, her mind, and her body. And her teachings, when you look at the Jin Shin Jyutsu books or you come to class, you begin to realize the power that all of us have to be able to share to the world this example. First, we live it ourselves. And once you live it yourselves, it's easy to be a transmitter. But so many times, people learn something and they work on others. And they forget that we have to start with ourselves. And that was one of the main things that Mary said. Be your own example. Be the empty conduit to allow Source to come through you. And then wherever you are, whoever you touch, whoever you look at, whoever you speak to, they will feel that. They will be transformed, and they will be closer to the Source within themselves. Thank you all for being with us today.
Hello, everyone. So we'll start with the cosmic hug. And where your thumbs are here, in front of the shoulders at the 22s, this helps the respiratory system. Where your fingers are wrapped around under the arm here, helps the vascular system, all our circulation. And under the arm is helping the lymph system. And in Jin Shin Jyutsu, we call this the cosmic hug. You know, after 3 years of studying with Mary, I finally got up the courage to ask her, Mary, what self-help do you do? And I was waiting for the big secret, you know. And she had that little coffee cup that you saw a picture of in the beginning of the pictures, right? She walked around her office with that. I always remember that. And she said, oh, every 30 minutes I breathe. And I was, Mary was funny. We don't often talk about her humor, but she was very funny. She was irreverent. She was ironic. She was wonderful. And, you know, I thought every 30 minutes you breathe. Okay, well, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to try it. And I realized after practicing this for a while that every 30 minutes, it's meditation essentially. You come back to the breath. And, you know, we tend to wander and get distracted and have all these thoughts. But you come back to the breath that is. You come back to where you are now. It's a profound practice. And this is one reason I love this particular self-help. You drop your shoulders. When you drop your shoulders, it clears the mind, helps with your metabolism, helps you be in the present. And we're not trying to breathe deeply. We're just being in the breath that is, resting in the breath. And Jin Shin Jyutsu is all about the breath. It's all about the exhale, the inhale. The breath is our life. And it's profound. So this is such a simple practice. We often practice it exhaling and inhaling for 36 breaths. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. And I'll pass the baton to Kelly.
Well, thank you so much, Jill. And thank you, everyone, for being here today. It is such an honor and privilege to celebrate the life and legacy, not only of Mary Burmeister, but the harmonizing art of Jin Shin Jyutsu. I love to invite everybody to hold the center of the palms of the hands, as if in prayer or meditation. In this connecting to the center of the palms, it connects us to our unique and individualized self, the breath of life, and the source of all that is. While I never had the privilege to study directly with Mary Burmeister, I feel that there is some knowing, this understanding and awareness and demonstrating the art as I've studied her 3 self-help books. And she talks to us about this connection through the center of the palm of the hand. And naturally, it's how we connect to one another. And Mary reminds us in her grace, if unable to be anything else, smile and be the breath I am. I want to thank Mary's family for their dedication and helping to continue the legacy of the art of Jin Shin Jyutsu, as well as Mary's best friend, Patricia Medor, and to all the faculty and staff who have supported this art flourishing all over the world for so many years. Thank you. It is with gratitude, honor, grace, and humility that I say thank you. And now I pass the baton to Margaret.
Hello, good morning. Happy birthday, Mary. I'm going to invite you to hold here in this part of the neck in Safety Energy Lock 12 and just breathe, connecting heaven and earth. Hola, buenas tardes. Yo soy Margaret y voy a invitarte a sujetar tu cuello en esta área, en la cerradura 12, conectando el cielo y la tierra. Boa tarde, Brasil! Sou a Margarete. Vou convidar vocês para a gente segurar aqui no pescoço, na trava 12. E nós vamos respirar, simplesmente fazendo essa conexão entre o céu e a terra. Be the smile, ser a sonrisa, ser o sorriso. Exhaling from the head down to the toes. Inhaling from the toes up to the head. Exhalamos de la cabeza a los dedos de los pies. Inhalamos de los dedos de los pies hasta la cabeza. E vamos expirando da cabeça aos dedos dos pés, descendo pela frente. Inspirando dos dedos dos pés até a cabeça, subindo pelas costas. We are connecting the heaven to the earth. E vamos conectando el cielo e la tierra. Fortalecendo a nossa conexão entre o céu e a terra. Thank you so much. Muitas gracias. Muito obrigada. Thank you so much, Mary Burmeister. Happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños, Mary Burmeister. Parabéns, Mary Burmeister. Minha gratidão. Passo a bola, the bottom to Martina.
Hallo ihr Lieben, ich freue mich so, mit euch heute Abend zu sein. Und ich habe Mary einen einzigen Tag in meinem Leben getroffen, das war 2005. Und es hat mein Leben für immer verändert. Marys liebevoller Blick und einfach mit ihr zu sein, ich glaube, ich wurde noch nie mit so viel Liebe angeschaut. Hi, my dears. I met Mary only one day in my life, and it changed my life forever. To be with her, and yes, in her loving eyes, I felt really blessed. And and we had a lot of fun. And we had a barbecue at David's house. And thank you so much, David, that you are here with us. Wir hatten ein Grillfest auch, also wir hatten auch viel Spaß miteinander. Und danke, David, dass du heute bei uns sein kannst. Mary sagte, dich selbst kennenlernen heißt harmonisieren. Und ich möchte mit euch den Daumen halten. Mary says, to know myself, it is to harmonize. So hold your thumbs whenever you feel worry and when many thoughts wander around in your head. Hold and breathe out. Halte deinen Daumen. Wann immer du dir Sorgen machst, wann immer Gedanken dein Hirn verwirren. Der Daumen, wir müssen nie Angst haben, dass wir ihn verloren haben. Wir haben ihn immer dabei. Das ist ein großartiger Harmonisierer. Ich danke euch allen, dass wir heute diesen Tag zusammen feiern. Und we are all one. And at the same time, each of us we are unique, like our thumbs. Every one of us has a unique personality and a unique thumb. Ich gebe weiter an meine Kollegin, die liebe Mona.
Und wir bleiben in Deutschland. Hallo, ihr Lieben, schön euch zu sehen. Und ich finde es jetzt sehr lustig. Wir haben zwar eine Liste gehabt, wer was macht, aber wir halten jetzt den anderen Daumen. Martina und ich haben uns nicht abgesprochen. We hold the other thumb, my friends. It's really funny. We had a list, but somehow we're still organized, unorganized. Really happy to be here with everyone. Holding the thumb. It's a little bit what Martina talked about. It's this, when she met Mary, this feeling wrapped, this feeling cozy, this being at home in yourself. Daumen halten ist für mich immer gehalten werden. So wie Martina gesagt hat, wie sie Mary getroffen hat, was das in ihr ausgelöst hat. Diese innere Sicherheit wahrnehmen, sich wohlfühlen. When I started teaching, I was always very nervous. So I asked the whole class to hold their thumb for me. I don't know if that translates in German. If I hold my thumb for you, that means if you're worried that you don't pass the test, I can hold my thumb for you. So the whole class was holding the thumb, and then I could start teaching and was not so nervous. Einige von euch kennen die Geschichte. Ich war immer sehr nervös vor dem Unterrichten und habe dann immer zu Kursbeginn gesagt, Leute, wir halten jetzt den Daumen. Und was ich nicht gesagt habe, war, ihr haltet mir den Daumen, dass ich gut anfangen kann. Aren't we lucky? Was haben wir doch für ein Glück mit dieser wunderbaren Kunst, die uns immer wieder zu uns bringt. Thank you very much. Nathalie. Thank you very much, Mona. Thank you very much to all of you. It's an honor for me to be with you. Merci beaucoup à tous et c'est un honneur d'être avec vous. I choose the first floor that I discovered. It was the main central, and I choose the third step of the main central. So, j'ai choisi la pratique que j'ai découverte en premier, qui est donc le courant central. So, You put your right hand on the top of the head, and so it can be a finger, all the fingers, or plenty your hands, and the left hand, left finger, or just one finger on the sternum between the breasts. So vous posez un doigt, plusieurs doigts, ou toute la main pleinement au sommet du crâne, la main droite, et la main gauche va aller un doigt, plusieurs doigts sur le sternum, entre les seins. You can close your eyes. Vous pouvez fermer les yeux. Vous êtes tel que vous êtes. You are like you are. Nothing to do. You can observe your breath. You can observe your exhalation and inhalation. Vous pouvez observer votre respiration, observer votre expiration, observer votre inspiration. Merci beaucoup. I pass the baton now to Petra.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I must say, I'm very touched. I'm touched because I feel it's so nice that we do this together. And I'm also touched, David, that you joined us. And I want to express my deep gratitude to the whole lineage of you, David, your mother, and also the lineage continuing way up to to Giro Morai. Herzlich willkommen. Ich muss sagen, ich bin gerade sehr berührt, weil ich dieses Gemeinsame so schön finde und dass wir zusammen hier alle sind, ihr alle, wir alle. Und ich bin auch sehr dankbar, dass David dabei ist. Und ich möchte mich jetzt in diesem Moment auch gerne verneigen vor der ganzen Lineage, vor der ganzen Linie David, seine Mutter Mary bis hin zu Giro Morai. I like to today, this is a safety interlock that I really love these days, is holding both 22s because, you know, just below the clavicle, because those 22s are for me the reminder to stay in the flow. Ich möchte gerne, dass wir zusammen die 22 halten, weil für 22 für mich in dieser Zeit eine enorme Hilfe ist, mich daran zu erinnern, im Flow zu bleiben, also im Fluss zu bleiben. Und dieses Erlauben, das Leben so kommen zu lassen, wie es kommt, es sich ganz berühren zu lassen davon, aber auch wieder gehen zu lassen, immer wieder neu zu sein. To allow all of life or to be touched by all of life, to really be touched, but then also be able to let go again. And I didn't want to talk about something with Mary, but then suddenly something came up when my colleagues were talking. Ich wollte eigentlich gar keine Geschichte erzählen mit Mary, aber dann ist mir jetzt doch gerade was gekommen, als die anderen erzählt haben. Und zwar in relationship to this safety energy lock, to be in the flow, because the 22 opens the shoulders, allows, you know, our embracing of life, happy and content wherever we are. In diesem Zusammenhang mit der 22 einfach zu sehen, erlaubt uns glücklich und zufrieden zu sein, wo immer wir sind, unsere Schultern fallen zu lassen Und ich habe damals Mary auch gefragt, als sie mich behandelt hat, ob sie mir eine Selbsthilfe mitgeben kann. And I also asked Mary when she was, when she was treating me, what self-help she would give me. And she said, don't work. Und sie hat mir dann gesagt, ich soll nicht arbeiten. So viel zum Flow. And I give now the baton to Sarah.
Thank you, Petra. So I came to Jin Shin Jyutsu in the early 70s, and my mom and I would meet once I went off to college, and I went for a session with Mary, and I got in, laid on the table. I was all ready for my session, and Mary listened to my pulse, and she says, "You're not breathing." And I argued with her for 20 minutes on how I'm alive, well, and kicking. I'm here. And she had me just lay there, and she placed her hands on my chest and on the back, and she invited me. She said, "I'd like to make the invitation for you to exhale from here. Put your focus on the exhaling, the letting go." She said, "Don't worry about the inhale. That'll happen automatically when you really track your breath and let it go." And I closed my eyes and started focusing on the exhaling, the letting go. And then she moved her hands from here to here and invited me to exhale, drop my shoulders, and be in the breath from here. See if you can feel the connection of your diaphragm, front and back, as you exhale and inhale from here. And then she moved to just above the pubic bone and the coccyx area. And she made the invitation for me to exhale, focusing on the exhaling, letting go all the way out. And she said, from the farthest reaches of heaven to the farthest reaches of earth, let that breath breathe you. Then she placed her hands on my thighs and said, exhale from here. And of course, I sat bolt upright and argued with Mary that I had no diaphragm or lungs here. And she lay back down and held right on top of my thighs and invited me to exhale from here. That was a real stretch for me in that moment. And I started exhaling, dropping in. She said, you wouldn't want to go get a drink of water with a dirty cup. You'd rinse it out first. So focus on the exhale, let it go. She then said, you're not going to get any more out of that breath you already took. Let it go. And then she moved to the top of my calves and had me focused, exhaling from here. And then she crossed hands and held my big toes and invited me to exhale from here. I have to say, it was such a gift. That focusing on the exhaling, the letting go. Happy birthday, Mary. So glad to be here with all of you. What a gift. Susa. Uh-oh, no sound.
Ich bin Susa aus Salzburg. Schönen guten Abend. Mir ist es ein besonderes Anliegen, diese Kunst der Harmonisierung durch sanfte Berührung an unsere Töchter, an unsere Kinder weiterzugeben. Und ich bin sehr froh, dass ich, als meine Kinder klein waren, bereits Jin Shin Jyutsu kannte. Und so möchte ich heute 2 einfache Griffe vorstellen, wie wir unseren Kindern beim Verdauen und bei der Ausscheidung helfen können. Und ein Griff ist einfach hier unter den Rippen zu halten und die andere Hand ist hier an der Innenseite vom Knie. As a mother of two daughters, I'm very grateful that I already knew Jin Shin Jyutsu when my children were small. That's why I want to show you today 2 simple applications to help your children for digestion and excretion. So it's very simple, just to hold the back side of the knee and also the high one on the inner side of the thigh. It's a very natural way to harmonize and also to hold the Hilfeklassen ganz viel darüber lernt. Und jetzt gebe ich weiter an meine Kollegin Susan von der Westküste. I want to pass on to Susan Schwartz on the West Coast, Washington, D.C.
Hello, everyone.
East Coast, excuse me.
East Coast. I'm from America, the United States of America, and so blessed to be here with everyone. It was the gift of my life to meet Mary and to start a journey that I hope to continue to my last breath. It's a universal international language. And today, in thinking about what I would share would be my favorite self-help, I had the hardest time coming up. What is my favorite one? I have so many that I use in different times of the day to help me get through all the challenges that life provides. So I've chosen the one that helps me clear my computer screen, which is one of the screens that gets very congested in my brain, right? And this is the first step of the main central vertical harmonizing energy, which you've already been introduced to. And you're placing your right hand on the top of your head. And as Natalie said, you can use your fingers or your hand, whatever's comfortable. You can also rest your elbow on a table without having, or a chair, or supported in any way, so that you don't get tired. And then you take your left hand and you place it in between your eyebrows on your forehead. And this first step is so important for me in my day-to-day life because my brain becomes very congested and confused. I have so many thoughts going on in my mind, and this really helps me to clear that screen and helps me to remember. When there's times that I can't remember something, I just gently hold these 2 places. It helps me with my thoughts. And deep inside, it helps the pituitary gland and the pineal gland. These will help me sleep, help me awake. They help my hormones. And in a sense, they help everything. And it helps me connect to the heaven world. So let's take a moment and breathe and feel this harmony. And while we're doing this, I want to express my deep gratitude to all of you, to the Burmeisters, to Jeremiah, and to our dear Mary, who we are celebrating today. Thank you. Susie on the West Coast.
Thank you, Susan. I'd like to invite everyone to hold their 23s, the lower part of the back. And let's just gently breathe into our 23s. Proper circulation maintenance. Controller of our human destiny. We know the 14s and the 9s are wonderful waistline helpers, but so are our 23s. As we exhale from head to toe, spirit coming into matter, formless coming into form. Spirit meets matter at the waistline. And then we are fortunate to be spirits having a physical journey. So let's just drop our shoulders. Exhale. Feel the warmth of your hand at your 23s. Before I discovered Jin Shin Jyutsu, I was definitely looking for my destiny, and I felt like I hadn't found it. I was 24 years old. I was traveling through Guatemala and asking the universe to show me my destiny. And I walked into a Jin Shin Jyutsu self-help class in Panajachel, Guatemala, and I knew that I'd found my destiny. And I'm sure all of us had a very, very similar experience. Thank you, Mary, for this beautiful gift of Jin Shin Jyutsu. Remembering the more we let go, the more we can receive. And in the breath that we are renewed in body, mind, and spirit. So we can release from our 23s. I appreciate this destiny that I've shared with all of you, and I'd like to pass the baton to Waltraud.
Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm happy to be here with all of you. I've just read that we are over 26 countries around the world. You know, it's like a chain that surrounds the world. So we are really bringing Jin Shin Jyutsu into the ether today. Guten Abend. Es freut mich sehr, mit euch heute zusammen zu sein. Und wir sind über 20 Länder, die hier heute Abend beteiligt sind. Das ist wie eine Kette, die sich um die Welt spannt. Und wir bringen Jin Shin Jyutsu in den Äther. Ich möchte eine kleine Geschichte erzählen. Eine Erfahrung, die ich mit Mary gemacht habe. Vor genau 40 Jahren begegnete ich Mary Burmeister in meinen ersten Kursen. I want to share an experience that I had with Mary. That was about 40 years ago when I met Mary in 85 in one of my first classes. So it was, I think, the second class in Tucson, when at the first morning of the class I felt sick. Das war am ersten Morgen vom Kurs, bei einem Kurs in Tucson, als ich mich krank fühlte. Und jetzt halten wir die 18. We're holding 18, which helps the lungs, which helps colds, which helps fever, and also, most important, it helps the breath. Wir halten die 18, die uns hilft bei Erkältung, bei Fieber und am wichtigsten hilft sie uns vor allem zu atmen. Ich war also an diesem ersten Morgen aufgestanden und fühlte mich krank, als ob ich eine Erkältung bekomme und wollte aber trotzdem zum Kurs. This first morning of the class, I woke up feeling that I'm getting a cold and fever, but I wanted to attend the class, so I went. Und dann fragte ich Mary, was kann ich tun, um diese Erkältung zu harmonisieren? I asked Mary, what can I do to harmonize this cold so it wouldn't come up? Und Mary stand neben mir und sagte zu einem anderen Schüler, er solle die Hände auf meine 3 legen. Und sie selber hielt meine 18 mit einer Hand und die 17 mit der anderen Hand. Sie nahm also beide Hände und hielt sowohl die 17 als auch die 18. Und so I asked Mary, what can I do to prevent this cold from coming? And she stood next to me. We were both standing, and she had one other student have his hands put on my number 3s, and she herself would hold my 18 with one hand and the 17 with the other hand. So we were just standing in this position. Wir standen da und nach kurzer Zeit begann ich wahnsinnig zu schwitzen. Es war wie eine Reinigung. Das Wasser rann mir den Rücken hinunter und vorne den Brustkorb und ich war patschenass. So we stood there with this holding, and a few moments later, I started sweating incredibly. The water was just running down my back and my front, and it was like a cleansing. So it took maybe 3-4 minutes, and then Mary let go, and I felt fine. Das Ganze hat vielleicht 3 oder 4 Minuten gedauert und dann war Mary fertig und mir ging's gut. Meine Erkältung war wie weggeblasen und habe sie auch nicht mehr bekommen während dieses Kurses und konnte wirklich diesen Kurs genießen. So my cold was gone and I could just enjoy the class. And I really felt this power in these hands of Mary. It was an amazing experience. Ich spürte diese Kraft in den Händen von Mary. Das war für mich eine so eindrückliche Erfahrung. Ich wusste, ich möchte das auch lernen. I knew I want to learn this. And I want to thank Mary on this auspicious day and her family and all the instructors that I had where I learned from for this beautiful art that can harmonize our being. Und ich möchte Mary danken und ihrer Familie auch und allen Lehrern, die mir halfen, Jin Shin Jyutsu zu lernen. Und bin sehr dankbar, dass wir so eine große Gemeinschaft sind, die diese Kunst in die Welt hinaus trägt. Vielen Dank, Mary and everyone. I pass the baton to Jet or Susan. I didn't know who would catch it.
I caught that. Thank you very much, Voltrud. And on behalf of all of the faculty of Jin Shin Jyutsu Spirit, Mind, Body, I want to thank you for being with us live and watching the recording, which will be on YouTube for anybody who's interested on our YouTube channel. We are really grateful for all of you, for Mary, for the lineage that Mary brought down. In traditional Oriental philosophy and in many traditions, lineage is so important. And we're really honored that Mary's son, David, is not only here, but is connected to us and has offered and entrusted upon all of us here at Jin Shin Jyutsu Spirit, Mind, Body to continue Mary's legacy. It's easy to take things for granted. Mary would always remind you, this is the moment. So this is the moment for each of us to work on ourselves, to share this with other people, to be inspired, and to give that inspiration to those around us. Right after we finish, please stay. We're going to have a simple, short slideshow video of some of the pictures of Mary to inspire us. We hope to see you again in one of our programs. Please, if you're watching this on YouTube, share some of your own personal experiences, things that have happened to you, to your family and friends, to inspire other people to realize how powerful, as Voltrud said, how powerful our hands are. It's unlimited. And as Mary said, life is fun. Thank you all very much.
art of living is very simple. Don't think about the past or the future. Just be that which is now. It's fun. Life is really fun. I love it.